Well, to be two capital G here, got some really spicy Crystal Beast action for you guys to check out. Even though these are some low tier for life duels and some low tier for life decks, these are actually pretty entertaining, especially if you like Crystal Beast, you like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Johan, Jesse, the whole shebang. It was actually pretty cool to see Crystal Beast doing a little bit of some stylish plays here and there. Anyways, first duel is against Magical Musketeers, a deck that obviously super flopped into TCG, never lived up to its potential, I guess, in either region, TCG or OCG. To me, the deck is way too bricky, and especially considering the monsters are so low when it comes to attack value, you can't afford to brick in this deck. I mean, look at this opening hand. Like, you have no proactive players, you have no way of activating any effects. This is a hand that would much rather go second, because you have Dark Hole and Ogre to kind of play defense and the build be field removal. I don't like Dark Hole in general in Magical Musketeers because you kind of want to keep your monsters on the field, and it only works going second. Musketeers want to go first, but the big problem is Casper is like the only good monster to summon. Dot can't be used turn one. Like, Shooter Kid is not really that good because he's just a magnet for Ash Blossom. So even with Crystal Beast kind of struggling in the early game, as his Pegasus gets hit with a Ghost Ogre, he's still not able to really do anything. Shooter Kid's going to attack and Doc's going to attack, but he ends up taking half damage on Shooter Kid's attack, so it's not like he did that much. He's going to go ahead and set Tortoise, which should at least slow the duel down, and you see he's never in really a position to ever really capitalize off the Dark Hole, so that's just been a dead card the entire time. So is that Casper right there? Yeah, that is Casper. If he can activate Casper, maybe he can get back in this game. Yo, shout outs to the Haman of Haman Lord of Striking Lightning and the the Shadow Riders arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I love that art. To be honest, I love all the arcs in GX. Like, GX, the first three arcs of that show are basically perfect. And he's gonna summon Haman, and he's got a pretty strong field here. I think he's gonna, yeah, he activates Abundance. That's a wrap. Anytime your opponent activates Abundance, you might as well just go ahead and scoop that shit up. So even though this isn't technically an OTK, maybe he has Cowboy. You never know. I mean, I think his will was just broken. The fact that he had Dark Hole sitting in his hand, his opponent summoned one of the Sacred Beasts on him like it was, the Shadow Riders arc in GX, and that was pretty much just donezo at that point. So the second duel is against Frog Monarchs. This is like table 500 Frog Monarchs because you don't usually see people run Moon Mirror Shield in Monarchs, but it's okay. Table 500, low tier for life, you can do that stuff. Cobalt Eagle is summoned. He's going to attack in the Treeborn. Neither player really opened that strong, as he's just kind of going to go into Master Boy, Mistar Boy and attack. Now, the thing is, he summons that Rainbow God Dragon like super early. I mean, I wouldn't want to be staring down this card turn freaking one. So he pretty much has to deal with this card now. And he does have the Torrential though, so it's not terrible. He's going to activate Crystal Blessing, get some cards in his back row, gives up Crystal Tree, and I think he might actually go for Regeki. He summons Crystal Beast Carbuncle. Carbuncle's going to activate, and he's going to actually get pranked here by this Torrential Tribute for 6. But actually, he's the one who gets pranked because he just uses Rainbow Ruins to summon Carbuncle again. But actually, it might be the quadruple prank because even though he has an open field, he does have the Battle Fader. So yeah, that was the rarely seen quadruple pranked because everybody thought that they were blowing out the opponent, and in the end of the turn, nobody like even did any damage, and the duel just kind of goes on. But he does make number 41. He does that a lot in this deck, by the way, going into number 41, so his opponent can't really make any proactive plays. He generally puts it in defense for just like one turn, just to try to stop what his opponent wants to do. You see Pendulum Magician players do it all the time. They used to do it a ton last format, and I don't really think he can come back because even though he has Stormforth, if you guys know about Rainbow Ruins, if you activate a spell or trap, you can give up one of your Crystal Beasts on field if you have 4 in your back row. And is it 3 or 4? I think it might be 3 when that effect becomes online, but you can negate spells and traps. Yeah, I think it's 3 because, let me think. All right, off the top of my head, I think 1 is it protects itself, 2 is half damage, 3 is spell and trap negation, 4 is draw a card, 5 is special summon, a Carbuncle, or generally a Carbuncle. Yeah, those are the effects, I believe, of Rainbow Ruins off the top of my head. And at this point, he has too many monsters. He goes for Borolo Dragon, give me a Ryza. He actually misses game here. It happens a lot on YGO Pro. You activate Borolo thinking that you're taking the monster, but that is actually to cut the monster down. The effect activates before the damage steps, so he missed game there, but it doesn't matter. he can summon a Ryza, but what can Ryza do? He can't target Borlo dragons, so it's just really not gonna matter at that point. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he plays Exodius as well, just even more spicy tech. I'm gonna go for the Ojama one because I think the hero duel is better. I want to end on a high note. This Ojama one is all right. He actually sent me about like 12 duels, and I watched I think I watched like 10 of them, and I was like, yeah, the rest of them were just kind of they weren't all that good. So Ojama just going with a set. I don't know why he didn't play Rescue Cat for his opening play, but I think that was a mistake, especially considering, like, look how many cards he got in his back row so early. I mean, he got 4 in his back row, so not only can he draw a card, but he can start negating spells and traps as well. If only Rainbow Ruins let you negate a monster effect, like that card would be the full package, man. So he goes for a Tri-Gate, and he tried to go for Ojama modification, Ojamification, excuse me. Oh no, it is Ojam modification. Okay, I just the card name is just crazy, but that gets negated. And as long as he can get a monster on board, let's see what his opponent's back rows are. Oh, they are strikes. So he goes for Exodius. He's going to summon a copy of Master Cerberus. See, I told you guys mythical beasts are good, man. Master Cerberus. He goes for the Hamon again, but this time it does not go off as it gets Solemn Striked. But it's fine because Master Cerberus is going to do that work. It actually ends up banishing the Tri-Gate, and it's 5,000 attack. So basically he just gets a one shot almost right there. He gets kind of wrecked because he did pay 1,500 for the Solemn. And then the final duel is against Hero. See, I told you some of these duels are actually like kind of exciting in a just kind of a dank low tier for life way. Pays 4,000 life points, and obviously that gets him Shadow Mist. I actually think this guy made for a low tier for life deck, he actually made a pretty solid turn 1 play here. As he goes for Isode, that searches out the Honest Neos, and he's going to go for Tornado Dragon and still have Dark Law online. And for, you know, I don't want to completely rip off Arfa, but for a table 500 deck, like this is a pretty, like this is as good as you're going to get out of a table 500 deck. Seriously, if you're going to give me Isode, plus you give me Dark Law, plus you give me Tornado Dragon, and you give me an Honest Neos, come on now. I can't expect the low tier for life deck to do any more than that. Like, you did a pretty good job. I would give this opening board probably like a 9 out of 10 for, you know, the expectations of the deck. And Dark Law is going to get himself a card too. Anytime you activate Terraforming, you know Dark Law is going to take his. Dark Law, you got to pay the Dark Law tax. So, you know, the Shadow Riders won't be happy to see Haman go to the graveyard, but he's actually going to play through Dark Law pretty well. And he has to play through Tornado Dragon, so Crystal Tree is gone bye-bye. But he has Crystal Beacon. That gets Ruby Carbuncle, and once Ruby Carbuncle summoned 2 monsters, I was like, bro, he might summon, yep, there goes that Borlo Dragon. He's going to take his Dark Law, and that's really unfortunate because it makes both of those Honest Neos completely dead. And I think his Will to Live was actually broken right there. And he top decks his Solemn a little too late for that one. If he would have had that turn 1, he probably wins. And he had what, Bubble Man attacks into Borlo Dragon. I guess he was thinking I could at least run it over with Honest Neos, but not if he activates Borlo Dragon during the battle phase to actually cut the monster down by 500. Then the Bubble Man only goes to what, 2,800, I believe, or yeah, I think it's 300 attack. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's only 300 attack. So you had to go to like 2,800, and it's not big enough. So if he would have had that Solemn in his opening hand, he probably ends up winning the duel. Let me go ahead and show you guys the deck really quickly. It was just really interesting. So it's a little all over the place, and it's actually incredible. You saw some of the cards like Crystal Abundance, even though he only played one of it, it made such a huge impact in some of the duels. And, you know, he summoned like Haman twice, even though it's like a one of, but then there were some one ofs like Monster Reborn and Soul Charge that you didn't see at all throughout the duel. And he even summoned his God Dragon like turn 1 with the ultimate rainbow formation. So obviously Crystal Beasts have a lot of cards that they run multiples of, but I don't know, I feel like as long as they have Rainbow Ruins, and as long as they have this new card Crystal Bonds and some of the really good core cards like Sapphire Pegasus and Carbuncle, it will always be at least a fun deck that will be, you know, viable and whatnot. I don't know when we're gonna get those damn pendulum skills. I don't even think we need them anymore. Konami should just like make new cards or something. I don't even think it made sense for Crystal Beast to get pendulum skills in general. Maybe they need, I don't know why they haven't gotten a Link monster, to be honest. Seriously, it would be so easy to summon, just or just like a really good contact fusion, a Link monster with negation built into it. That's what Crystal Beasts need. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos. This video has been brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audible.com/megacapitalG. Over 180,000 titles to choose from on your mobile device. I'm listening to the amazing I Can't Make This Up by Kevin Hart. Link in the description.